Well, hi there, everybody. Great to have you with us. Looking forward to an exciting 45, 50 minutes together explaining the background of the Texit coin revolution and looking at cryptocurrency. So excited to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to join with us. This is going to be very exciting for you. And I hope you have a notepad and pen because we're going to cover a lot of material. We are going to be recording this. So we'll get it out to you and we'll put it in our chat room so that you can get it out to other people that may be interested in learning what we're going to be talking about tonight. Let me go ahead and we'll start this recording.
Recording in progress.
Great. Well, there'll be several others joining us here shortly. And I just wanted to give a little bit of a background to the crypto industry. A lot of people don't know what cryptocurrency is, how it works, etc. Although we've all been involved in the digital world, the digital currency world for 20 years. So if you've ever done anything with Zelle or Venmo or Cash App, PayPal, all these things are digital wallets that we move money in and out of. In fact, the industry calls those things hot wallets. And we have been using those without realizing what we're using in terms of a digital currency. If your employer pays you like a direct deposit and goes straight into your bank account, that's digital currency. And so there's a lot of transfer of money. 90% of the transfer of money today happens through digital currency. You pick up your phone and you go to Zelle or Venmo and you type your $25 in and hit send, select the person, hit send, and it goes into their digital wallet. And they can pull it out, put it in their bank account if they want to, or they can just go ahead and spend it off here. Lots of stores are taking Venmo with Zelle, and you just use that to get your money across. And so nobody's driving to a bank and picking up your paycheck in terms of money and driving it to your bank account and depositing it. It's all done digitally. So we're living in a digital world. But those digital hot wallets, like I just mentioned, are all controlled ultimately by the banks. The money has to come into the banking system for you to get it out and to spend it, get it into your use there if you want to buy your eggs and butter and cheese. So the banks are involved in that. Now, the difference between that digital currency and crypto digital currency is there's no banking institution involved taking a piece of the pie. It's a decentralized authority. It's in a network. It's run by computers, computer nodes that are analyzing all the transactions. And so cryptocurrency basically is a large number of these computer nodes that are pretty like supercomputers that handle all the digital interchange, all the transactions of coins, digital coins being created, coming into the network, coming out of the network, and into that network, they also have a computation of pretty in-depth mathematical equations that have to be solved. So just picture it this way. When we used to play those Nintendo games, and still a lot of people do, the rewards for your activity was coins. Remember those gold coins you'd get when you could reach certain levels, and those coins would buy you armor and swords and to get to the next level. And then if you ran out of coins, there's ways to get those coins. Even some of those programs and those games, those digital offline games enabled you to put cash in, actual real money, pay with a credit card and buy digital coins and use that in your game to get to the next level. So we have been working with that world for some time, but have not connected the dots between the cryptocurrency world and how we can use that in real terms in real life. Well, there's digital currency exchanges out there like Coinbase, like Kraken, where you can tie your bank account to that. And now you can take those coins out, USDC, USDT, and transfer them into USD and put them into your bank account and move those around the world if you want to. So we've got the link now between the digital world or the cryptocurrency world and a bank that can actually use that, or peer-to-peer. You can pay them, open up your friend's phone, and there's a QR code there, and you can just move your digital coins into their digital wallet, and you just paid for something. So we are moving quickly into that space, and so we want to get all our people educated what digital currency is all about, and specifically how to work in the cryptocurrency world to create coins there and use those in the real world. And so think of it this way: a network of computers, say 1 million computers that are networked together, little supercomputers, computer nodes that are working on various transactions. Number one, they're working on mathematical equations and trying to solve those, and they are competing with one another. The little node, the computer nodes that solves the problem, gets a reward with these digital coins. And in the Texit coin network, there's 6 other computer nodes that are analyzing that transaction to make sure it's real, make sure it's not fraudulent, make sure nobody's breaking into the network before they allow that to go. So a lot of incredible redundant backup and security on every transaction. So this happens every 3 minutes. There's 250 coins that are awarded out to a particular node every 3 minutes for solving mathematical equations. You've got that going on. You've got people taking coins out of the digital space and putting them up into exchanges and selling them, or putting them in there and trying to hope to sell them for higher than what they bought them for. You got people also pulling coins off those exchanges back into their wallets on this network, their digital wallets. And so each of those transactions have to be calculated. 6 other computer nodes have to verify that. And so all that information goes into a digital ledger, just like it would if it was at a bank. When you bring money into the bank or take money out of the bank or work with the bank in some way or another, there is a ledger of those transactions. Well, the same thing happens in a cryptocurrency network. There is a digital ledger. That digital ledger is called a blockchain. And every 3 minutes, there's a new blockchain with all these transactions in, then all the verification from 6 other computer nodes. They're all wrapped up together in a blockchain. And then that blockchain is linked to the next blockchain that's being created for those 3 minutes. And the different nodes get rewards in coins. And so in our Texit coin network, there's about 95,000 coins created on a daily basis. At the end of the day, all those coins then are divided out amongst all the mines, all those computer nodes, which are called mines. And so if you've got one computer node, you get 1 share of those coins that are divided out. If you got 3 of those mines, you get 3 shares of those coins that are divided out of those 95,000 coins. So that's basically how it works. That's how you get your coins. Your little computer node that you have purchased is working for you in this big network, doing all sorts of transactions or verifying the transactions of another computer node. And so the algorithm of that network has decided we're going to all work together. At the end of the day, we'll work out how many coins we've created, and then we'll divide those amongst the mines. So a miner, which is the person that owns that mine, he either gets 1 share of that dividing, 2 shares, 3 shares, up to 9 shares. You cannot get any more than that in this particular network. So how did I get involved in cryptocurrency? Well, 3.5 months ago, I did not even know how to spell the word crypto. Maybe Tales of the Crypt, that was it. But we began to see a change in the nation with cryptocurrency. We started hearing about it more, but particularly when President Trump was elected November the 5th, and he was the president-elect, the very first thing he did within the first 4 weeks, he appointed a crypto czar, David Sachs. He's the CEO of PayPal. So he was appointed by President Trump-elect at that time to be the crypto czar, in fact, the crypto/AI czar, who would look into helping to bring the legislation in, the legal framework to make cryptocurrency one of the main financial pillars in our economy, make it mainstream. So that happened within the first month of President Trump, even before he was sworn in. So we began to see that there was a shift in our country with that, because the prior administration was actually hostile to cryptocurrency. There was a couple of lawsuits out there. Coinbase was one of them. A couple of lawsuits by the Treasury Department against these exchanges. Well, that's all died down and backed off. And now, because we've got a very positive and a very proactive federal government now with cryptocurrency, so things began to change. And so that happened even before President-elect Trump came into office. And one of those many executive orders that he signed in his first week in office, from January 20th on, one of the early executive orders was creating the framework for all the government agencies to be working together to make the United States the leader or the central capital of cryptocurrency in the world. At that point, the United States wasn't. But since that time, now we've got $17 billion worth of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency as a Federal Reserve. That's never happened before in American history. So we're in an exciting place. We began to see these things happening, and we started looking into it. We heard about Texit coin, and we wanted to find out about it. We actually drove up in December, my wife and I, to McKinney, Texas, to meet Bobby Gray, to find out about his story, what was his expertise, to poke him, make sure he's real, make sure he wasn't from Ethiopia or Nigeria or somewhere, and to make sure it was real. And we were very happy with what we saw and heard and him answering our questions. And so back to President Trump. In March the 7th of this year, just last month, he held the first crypto summit at the White House. And one of the reporters grabbed the CEO of Coinbase after that meeting and asked what came out of that meeting, what was his decisions he's making. He couldn't tell a lot of details, but he said, I'm going home and I'm hiring 1,000 employees into Coinbase. So we know that the whole situation's being ratcheted up. And then actually probably 2 or 3 months ago, Governor Abbott, the governor of Texas, said that if President Trump is actually making the United States the crypto capital of the world, then he said, I want to make Texas the crypto capital of the United States. So in March 31st, just 8 days ago, they passed a Senate bill in Texas that is going to position Texas as the leader of cryptocurrency in the nation, but also to use cryptocurrency as the state reserve currency, along with gold and silver and copper and other precious metals. So we began to see these things happening, and we got to learn about Texit coin, and that's what I'm going to explain to you tonight, how you can take advantage of that, how you can position yourself, because we are in a unique time in history. We've never been in this sort of space before as a nation, but also as a global community as well, to begin to see this happening. We've seen the US dollar, along with many other dollars across the nation, just plummeting over the last 50 years, where they're not worth much anymore. You could buy a cup of coffee for 5 cents back 60 years ago, 50 years ago. You can't buy it for $5 now. So the weakening of the dollar has really opened up a space for digital currency to thrive, because there's no weakening of the digital currency. It's a very secure, very safe environment where all those computer nodes are checking one another and making sure all the transactions are real and they're not fraudulent, and then it locks it up into this blockchain. So we met with Bobby Gray. Bobby Gray's vision is to see that Texit coin exclusively mined here in Texas. By mining, we're saying creating that coin here in Texas. 2 years ago, China, mainland China, mined 80% of Bitcoin and Ethereum. even though Bitcoin was started and moved sideways, where China now controls that. So the United States is repositioning itself to get back a lot of that control. So number one, the Texit coin, the Texit digital currency, TEXIT, will be exclusively mined here in Texas. So it'll be controlled. It won't go sideways and be bought by major corporations outside of Texas or entities overseas. Number two thing we learned about Texit coin is that it's limited to 10% foreign ownership. So if you're overseas outside of the United States, you can actually still take advantage of it, but it's capped at 10%. What does that mean? Well, there's 1 million mines in the network. So 10% of that is 100,000. So you could be one of the 100,000 miners that are involved in this and buying up to 1, 2, 3, up to 9 mines. And it's limited to 9 mines. That was another great thing that we saw and really said this is the opportunity to take advantage of this, because major corporations cannot come in and buy 51% shares in the mining operation in the network and own it, and they'll take this thing sideways and make the decisions of what's going to happen to it and where it trades and all that sort of thing. So it's now open to crowdsourcing. That's you and me. So rather than big corporations coming in and owning it, Bobby Gray set this up so that people like you and myself can actually buy a mine, and crowdsource that amongst many miners, because the maximum you can buy is 9 mines. Once you bought 9 mines, you can't buy any more than that. So right now we've got about 2,800 mines or miners, that people that have bought into this. So we're right in the early stages of this. It's a tremendous opportunity to get involved and take advantage of that. So I'm just going to share my screen with you so you can see the number of miners. And this site's available to everybody. This is minetxc.com. So minetxc.com. But you can come on here and take a look at the various second by second updating of this from the mine itself. So one of these graphs here shows the total number of miners, and this is updated every day in real time. So it looks like we got 2,774 miners. That's the people that have bought mines in the network. Now, this is only a year old. They created their first blockchain back in, I think it was like January the 16th or January the 20th of 2024. So we just passed 12-month mark in terms of the creation of the first blockchain. So once several blockchains have been created and it's working fine and the coins are being created, then on May the 16th, they began trading on DexTrade. And so that coin came in at 0.8 of a penny in May of last year. We're not up to even 12 months yet in terms of the trading of that Texit coin. Now it's 48 cents a coin. So in less than 12 months, in 10 months, it's gone from 0.8 of a penny to 48 cents a penny. So we're wanting to get our family and friends involved in this in the early stages so you can get in, get a mine, and start creating those coins. Let's look at another graph here. Here's new miners. So new miners, look at the growth of the new miners coming in. So this is January, there's 595 on a monthly basis. You can change all these around and look at it on a daily basis or a weekly basis, etc. But let's take a view of a monthly basis. So that was January 245, February 595, March, just finishing, 1,037 came in March. It's dropping down because we have not finished April. We just started in April. So only 1 week into April, there's 209 miners. So you can see people are learning about this, discovering it, and taking advantage of this. The TXCs that are shared. So this now is the number of coins that are created on a daily basis. So you can see here 98, 92, 98 again, down to 90,000. So about 95,000 coins a day on average is what is being produced right now. And that is being divided amongst the actual mines. So the average per miner. So look here, this is the average miner. So there's 41 coins a day that they're getting, 41, 42, and it's going down here. As you can see, it's gradually dropping as the value of those coins go up. So you can see there it's dropping on down as the number of miners are coming in, and that's being divided out amongst more and more miners, but the value of that coin is going up. So you can go to places like, let's say, here's Bitmart. Bitmart has the coin coming in at 48 cents. This is today, real time. And as I said, well, I didn't actually say this, but when my wife and I, Lisa and I, got involved with Texit coin back December the 18th, so it's just been over 3 months now, it was 8 cents a coin. So it had gone from 0.8 of a penny in May to December the 18th, it was 8 cents a coin. So just in 3 months and a couple of weeks, we're at 48 cents a coin. So you see the rapid growth there. Let me go to another one. Here's coin market cap. Coin market cap right now in real time, this is being traded at 48 cents, 48.9 cents. So it's almost ready to trip up to 49 cents. Here in a few days, that should punch through 50 cents. So we're very, very excited about that. So you can go to those various exchanges, type in TXC, and you'll be able to see what they're trading for, and check out the website, mindtxc.com, if you want to look at any of the items there. And so we saw that tremendous opportunity, and we wanted to take advantage of that. And so we want to make sure it wasn't a Ponzi scheme. It wasn't multi-level marketing. So a Ponzi scheme is when you actually are putting money into an opportunity, and all the people above you get that money or slices of that money. And so the people at the very top get very rich, and the people on the bottom don't get very rich. They're looking around for someone else to put $9.95 in, so they can hopefully get a slice of that pie. That $995 that you come into Texit coin opportunity is actually purchase of a mine. You'll be buying your own computer node that is producing coins across that network, and getting involved in the sharing of those coins at the end of the day. So it's not a Ponzi scheme. You're actually getting something for your money. You'll actually get a hard copy coin like this, and on the back of it is a code that you can use to get into your mine, and on a daily basis see how many coins is being produced by your computer node. And you'll see that change every day. And so also it's not multi-level marketing. People who came in a year ago, the mine cost them $9.95. Wasn't cheaper for them. Then it was 9 mines max that they could buy 12 months ago. The only difference between the people that came in and took advantage of this 12 months ago is that they got a lot more coins than what I have, who came in December the 18th, just because they bought a mine, and that's producing the coins. So we're going to go through the details of how you can position yourself to take advantage of this. The company is encouraging people to get in now while it's still young. We're basically just hit the 1% mark. Remember I said there's 1 million mines. And so we're really just hitting the 1% mark. And so this is really a tremendous opportunity. And it's an equal playing field. People that got in 10 months, 12 months ahead of you are not making money off you. They're making money out of their mine that they purchased that's creating the coins. And there are some commissions based into this, where the company will reward you for helping people come on in, but you don't have to. There is no requirement of that. I'm going to go into it in our video so that you can learn how it works. And also, let me tell you, we're the 8th of April right now. So the figures I'm going to give you right now are based upon April the 8th. Those coins keep going up in value. So 2 weeks from now, if you're watching this video, then the principles are all going to be there, but the coin is not going to be 48 cents. So you're going to have to extrapolate yourself and come up with the value of how many coins you can make and what they would be valued at 6 months from now, 12 months from now, etc. So let me start this whiteboard. I'm going to get my whiteboard here and log on. And See if we can share the screen from here. So just give me a minute and I will get my screen shared for you, my little device here. All right. All right, hopefully you've seen that open up there. All right, so coming into this opportunity, as I said earlier, you're able to purchase a mine for $995. That doesn't go anywhere but buying your actual computer node. And you'll get, as I said, a hard copy coin that gives you the opportunity, ability to get into that. There's a code on the back of that, and you'll be able to see that and get into that and look at that on a daily basis. Right now, each of those computer nodes are making 8 coins a day. And you'll be able to see that. We'll have opportunities of buying more than one mine. This is one mine at $9.95. And right now, those coins are going on the market for 48 cents, as you saw that a little earlier in real time. So that's what you're getting on a daily basis. 8 coins at 48 cents a coin. And that $9.95 is buying you that computer node, that little mine on the network, and you'll be able to watch its production. So if you're concerned about when you're going to get this back, that $9.95, if you've got an investment, you're investing in yourself. That's not going to people that maybe have introduced this opportunity to you. So if you're doing 8 times those coins, let's see how much we'd be making on a daily basis. 8 coins at 48 cents a coin. What does that work out to be?
$3.84.
Thank you, Mr. Marcello. $3.84 a day. So if we take that $9.95 that you invested in that mine and we divide that by the 384, how many days is going to take you to get up to your investment that you put in there?
259 days.
All right. So in 259 days, you have matched what you put in. How many months is that? Let's divide that by 30 days in a month.
8 months and a half.
All right, 8.5 months, you would have actually had that paid off. That's at 48 cents a coin, but those coins are going up in price. And so you will be able to take advantage of that actually a lot earlier than that. This worst case scenario, I've given you the worst case scenario, that in 7-8 months, you've actually got your money back that you invested in that mine. Now, Lisa and I bought a mine back in December the 18th. And as I said then, the value of those coins were 8 cents a coin. And so we've watched that coin go from 8 cents to 48 cents. So it took her, in fact, I just looked at her mine on my phone, and she's at $1,005. So in terms of the value of those coins. So she just a couple of days ago got her mine back, and that was 18th of December. So we're January, February, March. So we're at 3 months and 2 weeks is what it took her to get that back. So I'm giving you the worst case scenario here of 8 months, 8.5 months to get your investment back. So if you're concerned about that, you're worried, the only thing that's going to stop that, nuclear bomb drops on, line goes down, that network goes. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, ultimately they want 35 redundant locations across Texas. So that coin is being traded out there on Bitmart and other places. And if you start with a graph something similar to this sort of thing, you've seen this sort of graph before, where the value of those coins are going higher and higher and higher. So it may start like this and then gradually increase as people are trading on it. That's what is happening. If you look at the graph of Texit coin, you see that sort of thing happening to it because it's out there on DexTrade, Bitmart, Coinbase, Cap, etc., Coin Market Cap, and there's other places where people are now buying and selling, trading, peer-to-peer, etc. So I said in May of last year, that was May of 24, that coin was started trading at 0.8 of a penny. When we came in, Lisa and I came in December of 24, just 6 months after that, that coin was 8 cents. Now we are here in April of 25, and that coin now is going for 48 cents. So it is doubling probably every other week and getting to that, which doesn't make much excitement when you see it go from 8 cents to 48 cents. But if you do the math and see the multiplication of that, if you're going from $8 and doubling every other week, you can now have $16 a coin, then $32 a coin, then $64 a coin. So you see the power of what is happening there. Why is the growth like that? Well, there's several things that have happened here. One is that they've studied the big coins that have gone ahead of us. So Bitcoin, which started in 2008 and had a track record, they've studied that and looked at the positive parts of that, the negative parts of that, what really worked well, what didn't work well. Bitcoin never really got to the point where it was controlled well, and now it's got a lot of overseas ownership of it. They also tracked and looked at the historical records of Ethereum and also XRP. These are some of the ones that have gone ahead of us. And if you examine the historical data of some of these coins, you can actually start predicting where you are on that timeline. And so, as I said earlier, there's 2,700, probably 2,800 miners in this, and we're only 10 months old. So there's been a tremendous growth in the number of miners coming into Texit coin. And there's probably 11,000 or maybe 12,000 mines or computer nodes that are being purchased. So if you get 12,000 mines divided by the 95 or the 2,800 miners, it's probably about three plus mines each is what on average people are buying. And so based upon the robust nature of the Texit coin itself, the number of people coming in that are crowdsourced, not just big corporations, well, not just, but no big corporation can come in. If a corporation came in, they could max out at 9 mines, just like you. So it's a very equal playing field for individuals as well. But being crowdsourced is really what's giving this its strength. And probably about 1,000 mines are being purchased on a monthly basis. So let's look at that here. What they're predicting in July of 25, and that's only 4 months away from where we are to where that's going to be. They are predicting that that coin will be close to $16 a coin, $16 a coin. And then this time next year, we're looking at March of 26. They are predicting that coin could be at $80 a coin. Based upon what has happened here with those that have gone on before us and what is happening with TXC, the Texit coin, and how robust that is performing, and really seeing a tremendous result and return on that coin out there. So we want you to have the opportunity to get involved, and we want you to do that sooner than later. Why? So you can start creating those coins. If those coins are going to be coming in 4 months at $16 a coin, then you want to have more than one coin. You want to have 1,000 coins. because 1,000 times 16, you got $16,000, and you definitely got that $9.95 back. And if you hang on to those coins, then look where you could be this time next year. All right. If you do absolutely nothing, you've got your money back in 4, 5, 6 months. Worst case scenario, 8 months, and then you're good to go. So let's look at that real possibility here. So say, for example, you did wait on that and you didn't 8 months sell your coins, and there's no stipulations on selling your coins. You can do that anytime. You can go onto Coinbase and set up an account. You can get on Bitmart, set up an account. You can do all that, and then you can link your bank account in Coinbase and pull it back out again. There's no stipulations in terms of time requirements or how many coins you build up. It's open. They've done this very, very well to really help the common folk at doing that. So let me say, if you are producing 8 coins a day and you held on to that for this time next year, when it's worth $80 a coin, 8 times 365, we're looking at how much?
2,920.
Okay, 2,920 coins you will have this time next year. Now, because the number of coins are going down, I'm going to divide that by 2 just to be super conservative, because when we got in, they were doing 15 coins a day. It's down to 8 cents a coin, or 8 coins a day. But the value of those coins is gone super high based upon they're 8 cents a coin for us. Now they're 48 cents. So the number of coins are going to go down, but the value of those coins is going up. So let's halve that just to be conservative this time next year, and you'll have
1,460.
Great. So we can predict for you, this is how many coins you're going to have next year. And we're going to multiply that by $80 to see what that's worth this time next year.
$116,800.
Wow. So if you do nothing, just get one mine. This is one mine here, producing 8 coins a day for your $9.95. This is your return on $9.95, which is one mine that you purchase and allow it to produce those coins for you. That's your return in 12 months. That's powerful. Now, none of this is actually guaranteed. We don't have a crystal ball. This is happening because the coin is being exchanged, is being traded out there on the various coin exchanges. No, it's not on Coinbase yet. They're hoping to get there. You've got to be a robust company, and we are becoming a robust company. We've got 2,800 miners. When we get a few more thousand miners, then we can apply to get onto Coinbase. And if we get on Coinbase, it's just going to go through the roof. So you want to be around and take advantage of that. So that's where we are with that opportunity. I'm going to show you now how you can actually increase the number of coins from 8 coins to a high number of coins based upon the multiple mines that you're able to purchase. So let me just show you how that works. And again, it's up to you what level you want to take advantage of that. You don't have to share this with anybody. You can buy a mine, sit on it, and it'll be producing those 8 coins a day, and you'll watch the value of those coins go up. You can get out there and trade those coins, or you don't have to. You can just sit on them and look at them on your phone and watch the number of coins going up, and you can see what they're worth on a daily basis. Until you're at the place where you're happy and satisfied, there's good value on them, I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to bring them, sell them, and bring that money into my bank account. So let me show you the opportunity of how you can multiply that opportunity for yourself. So we're going to say that again, we'll start with the $9.95. That's what a mine is worth purchasing. That gives you one mine. And right now, that mine is functioning with 8 coins a day. Now, remember, I'm telling you that this is March the 8th. So if you're watching this video and it's not March the 8th, then the number of coins are going to be different and the value of those coins are going to be higher. So what Texit coin allows you to do, you're allowed to buy 3 mines as your level of getting a bonus. If you buy 1 mine, 2 mines, you're doing the $9.95, there's no bonus. But if you get 3 mines, they're going to give you 1 free. So what's happening is your mine, your 3 mines is functioning as if it's 4 mines because they gave you that one free. So with 4 mines, you're actually producing 4 times 8 is 32 coins a day is what you're doing. And this is how you can now rapidly increase the number of coins to get to the point you need to be this time next year. So don't delay. We want to get you in. Again, there's no pressure. There's no special deal that you got to make within a certain time frame to take advantage of that. I'm giving you all the facts and letting you make the decision what's best for you and your family. If you buy 6 mines, then they'll give you an additional 2 because you bought those 6, and now you're functioning as if you got 8 mines. So 8 mines times the 8 coins a day, you actually got 64 coins that you're producing on a daily basis because of the mines that you purchased. And then you can get up to 9 mines. That's where you max out. You can't get more than 9 mines, and this is good safety and security for you because big corporations can't buy more than 9 mines. If you do buy 9 mines, they give you 3 free. So now you're functioning as if you got 12 mines. And that 12 8s are 96. I remember that from 5th grade. So you are now doing 96 coins a day. This is where it gets exciting because at 96 coins a day, you are going to put yourself in a place where you've got the number of coins you want at $80 a coin to make a serious difference in your wealth. Paying your house off, buying another house, buying a house for your grandkids, putting money towards their college degree, etc. All sorts of things you can do that when you're producing the number of coins on a daily basis at that level. So again, it's up to you. If you can't afford 3 mines, because it'd be 3 times the $9.95 or 6 times the 9 times, then you can buy the 1 mine. And I'll show you here in a minute how you can boost the power of that 1 mine. But if you can get in and get the number of those mines, that's the thing to do. If you can't afford it, do it. If you cannot afford it, I will show you how you can do that. So I'm going to look at the 6 mines. The 6 mines is producing 64 coins a day. So we're going to do 6 coins, and we'll see where we come into that. So 64 coins a day you would be doing if you had the 6 mines. So that's on a daily basis. So let's multiply that by 365 days to see where you'll be this time next year.
23,360.
All right, great. That's how many coins you can have this time next year. Again, the number of coins is gradually dropping. So I'm going to divide that by 2 to be conservative. So we are looking at
11,680.
Great. So super conservative, that's where you're going to be this time next year, the number of coins that you've made. And if we are coming in at $80 a coin, you're going to look at what price?
$934,400.
Wow. We're talking about some serious money coming in off your mine because you bought 6 mines and that was producing 64 coins a day. So 1 mine, we said earlier, was $116,800. Look at the difference between that and that by the number of mines. So that's, again, this is investing in yourself. If you've got the ability to do that, then you can get 3 mines, get 1 free, 6 mines, get 2 free, 9 mines and get 3 free. So you're functioning as if you purchased 9 mines. Well, that's if at 9 mines, it's a savings of $3,000 because you didn't have to buy those mines. At 6 mines, it's a saving of $2,000 because you didn't have to buy those 2 free ones. And at 3 mines, you're saving $1,000, $995, because you're getting that 1 free. So that's the opportunity there that you have. And you can take advantage of whatever level you can afford and get your money back on what you put in. So if you bought 3 mines or 6 mines, you're going to get your money back actually a little sooner because you got that free mine that's actually producing that extra number of coins, 8 coins a day, and at what value they may be. then you actually get your money back quicker that you invested because of the free mines that are producing those coins for you. So you can actually drop that down. As I said, Lisa did that in 3 months and 2 weeks. So that's how you can figure your return on investment. But I'm telling people, don't take your money out and get your money back. Don't take the coins out and get your money back. Leave them in there, because if they're saying that we're going to be at $16 at the end of July per coin, then that's going to be that's only 4 months away. So keep an eye on that. I'm keeping a good eye on that. As I'm producing the coins on a daily basis, I'm looking at where it's going. And if we hit $16 a coin at the end of July, then I know that whatever formula they're using to get to that $80 this time next year is probably going to be pretty accurate. All right, let me show you a way now how you can actually produce more power in the one mine. If you only can buy one mine and you say, well, I just got ripped off because I can't afford only one mine. In fact, I was in that situation. I could not afford that one mine. When I heard about this opportunity at a little pizza place, I came home and said to Lisa, how much money do you have in your vacation account? And she said, $1,000. I said, well, great. All I need is 995. And so she was willing to part with that for us to invest in the mine. And so we've done really, really well. And I'll show you how we did that. We weren't able to buy more mines. So let me start that. I'm going to teach you about mega hash. Mega hash is a term that's used with the mining of cryptocurrency. It basically means your power of production, how your mine is producing to make those coins. So your one mine, let me make this a little bit thicker for us. So one mine is actually functioning with 100 mega hash. And with the result of the 100 mega hash, it's creating 8 coins a day. Okay, 8 coins a day. So if I can increase this mega hash right here, that's what I want to do, because that's what's creating those coins. So I want to find a way to increase that mega hash. And this is what they do. This is how they help you if you need help in that area. So if you are able to help them grow the Texit coin network, remember, we're only at 1%. We got 1 million mines. And we're just at 1% of mines being sold. And so we got a ways to go. This is not only ground floor opportunities, probably basement opportunity. So if you can help them grow by sharing this opportunity with your sister, your brother-in-law, your mother, your aunt, and they take advantage of this, the company is going to give you a reward in mega hash for that mine that you purchased. They'll give that to you whether you purchase 1 mine, 3 mines, 6, or 9 mines. And this is how it works. So if you share this opportunity with your sister, brother-in-law, your aunt, your mother, then they're going to actually give you another 100 mega hash for 3 people. If you bring 3 people into this opportunity, they take advantage of it, then you're going to get another 100 mega hash. That will actually give you 16 coins a day without having to buy those extra mines. Now, it's going to take a little bit extra time, because if you bought 3 mines, you get those 3 times, or actually 4 times 8, 4 8s are 32 coins on a daily basis immediately after you get those mines. This will take some time, but it's still an opportunity for you. If you can get those people in and they take advantage of it within the first 30 days of you getting your mine, then they're going to give you another 100 mega hash, because you did it nice and quickly within the first 30 days. And so now you are getting 24 coins a day, 3 8s are 24 coins a day in that one mine that you got right here. You see, this is how you can increase that. And there's no end to this. You can continue to get people in. Every time you get 3 people, this opportunity, they take advantage of it. Again, the company's going to give you 100 mega hash for that mine that you've got. And so now you're at 32 coins a day. because you introduce those people. And again, if you do it within 30 days of the last lot, which means this guy that came in right here bought his mine, and the clock starts ticking again. You got another 30 days. If you do that, then there's another 100 mega hash. And there's no end to this. You just keep going and going, going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, so 40. You got 40 coins on a daily basis that's coming in for you. So again, it's a little slower, but if you want to do it, that's the way to do it. Again, you don't have to do this. You can buy the mines and you don't have to tell anybody. You can take your little coin that gives you the code into the back of that and toss that into your back closet and put a reminder on your calendar to come back in 12 months and find that, dig it out, and get into the back of your app and see how many coins you got and what they're worth. That's totally, totally acceptable that you do that. There's no minimal monthly requirements. It's not a multi-level program where you got to have a monthly requirement of your own production in order to get money off other people, etc. But this is just an opportunity that you have to do that. So let's take a look at that and see what that would look like if you did that with that number. So if you did 3 people, give them the opportunity and do that. Say 6 people had that opportunity that you introduced them to this Texit coin, and you got that 100 mega hash. So you got 500 mega hash. So you're actually functioning with 40 coins a day, right? Because you did it that way. Let's multiply that by 365 to see how many coins you'd have in 12 months.
14,600.
Okay, 14,600 coins. And again, we're going to divide that by 2, and we'll be at
7,300.
All right. So conservatively speaking, in 365 days, if you had a mine and you introduce other people to it and they built your mega hash for you, then you're looking at that, and we'll be, let's just use $80 again to see what that is worth per coin.
$584,000.
Wow. And what did you do? You bought a mine for $995. Look at the difference. And that's in 12 months. And that's just by sharing it with some family members and friends and helping them out. That's what I decided to do, to help my family, friends, close friends, to say, take advantage of this, because if they found out I was making that sort of money with a $995 investment, then they would want me to tell them about it so they could take advantage of that. All right, so that's an opportunity to actually build more mega hash for the mine that you do have. So again, doesn't matter how many mines you bought, you can still do that and share it with friends and family, and they will increase say, for example, you bought 3 mines, all right? They gave you the one free. So you're now functioning in your account at 400 mega hash because of the 3 plus 1. So that's 4 times 8. That's 32 coins a day. So if you share that with other people, and the same thing, you can increase that 400 mega hash to 500, 600, 700, 800. Same principle as if you bought the one mine. So let me share you with another opportunity to make cash along the way. And this will be the last thing I share with you. So here's your opportunity. If you brought people into this Texit coin, like we just explained, 3 people, and they give you 100 mega hash. Do it within 30 days, you get another 100 mega hash. So bringing people into this opportunity, referring them, sponsoring them, whatever term you want to use, you get hash. There's also an opportunity to get cash. My wife took that opportunity, and she has made probably $14,000 in cash besides the coins she's making with her mine over that 3-month period, 3 months and 2 weeks. So it functions off points. And I'll explain this to you in a minute. So people coming in that you're referring, you'll get hash for that, but there's points also in which you can take cash. All right. So let me show you how that works. Let me a little bit more real estate here so we can lay this out nicely. So these people that you had brought in to this opportunity, they actually buy mines. This is the point system. So one person bought 1 mine, this person bought 3 mines, this person bought 6 mines. So these are points. Each point's worth $1,000. So that's 6, 3 is 9, that's 10. So that is $10,000 that's going to be set aside as potential cash for you to tap into. $10,000 because you brought that money into the company. When those people that you introduced purchased their mines, basically the mine is about $1,000 each. So that's where they calculate $10,000 you gave to the company. So they're saying you have that opportunity of pulling that money back out if you want to. And here's how you do it if you want to. So let's get here. That's you. It's a binary system. So you have a right side and a left side. This is how they track it. So this first person over here, they are going to be part of your organization, and they bought 1 mine. That's 1 point. The other person, they're going to be part of your organization too. They bought 3 mines. That's 3 points. You're going to put the other person on this side. They bought 6 mines. That's 6 points. So the company's saying this: if you can help us grow this, if you can match those points, 3 points on your left to 3 points on your right, we're going to give you $1,000 in cash. You're pulling that out of this little money box up here that you created when you brought those people in. So they're going to give you $1,000 because you're matching 3 to 3. And here we can match 3. I got 3 on this side. I got 6 over here. So I take 3 out of that, 6, and I got 3 left. So that the end of my week, and they calculate this on a weekly basis. So by Saturday around 6 o'clock in the evening, Central Time in USA, they close the gates and have a look at it. And your little organization will pop up and they see, okay, you got 6 points on one side, 4 on the other. You can match 3 to 3. So you get $1,000 out of that. And then your points are rolled over to start your next week. So over here, I've used up 3. So 3 points are going to move on over. And on this side, 1 point's going to roll over. So I'm starting my next week with 1 point on my left and 3 on my right. And by Wednesday of next week, they've contacted you, given you $1,000. So now my racer raced that, and I'm going to say I've got $9,000 left. All right. Now, those points right here are going to roll over every week, roll over until you introduce this to other people and they take advantage of it and they bring some points in by the mines that they are buying. So let's say you did that again. So he's your first, or your 4th, 5th, and 6th person that you referred to this opportunity. Let's say they did the same thing. They bought 1 mine, 3 mines, 6 mines. So there is another 6, 3, 9, and 1 is 10. There's another $10,000. So your 9,000 reserve just went up to 19,000 reserve. And let's put them in your little organization. So here's this person. They bought 6 mines over here. We got the person buying 1 mine, this person buying 3 mines. So on this side, we got the 3 that rolled over plus another 4. So you got 7 points on your right, 6 and 1, you got 7 points over here. Now you qualify for 6 points matching 6 points, and they give you $2,000. You can go up to 9 points matching 9 points, and you max out at $3,000 on a weekly basis for the points that are coming into your little organization. So right here, out of that 7, I'll take 6, thanks very much, and I'll take 6 out of that. I got 1 left over, and that week I get $2,000. And that one rolls over to the next week to start me off again. But here's how do you get the 9, matching 9 on a weekly basis? Let me show you how it's done. And I've seen this happen to people multiple times over. And it takes about 6 weeks to 2 months to get to this point. Because the people that you are helping to take advantage of this opportunity, they're doing the same thing. So this person back here that you brought in bought 1 mine. They told their sister, their mother, their father-in-law, And lo and behold, they also bought 1 mines, 2 mines, 3 mines. So they have their own little organization. So they may have 4 points on this side. They may have 6 points on that side. So this is on your left side still. So there's 4 and 6. So there's 10 points that have been added to your left side because they did the same thing. They're matching. So this person would get, there's 4 there and 6 there. So they'd get $1,000 because they matched 3 to 3. All right. So they're down to 1 point here and they're down to 3 points here, which would roll over to that week, next week for them. But those points also added to your point. So there's 10 points. So it's not long before you're getting multiple points from other people who are doing the same thing that you did. You taught them how to do the same thing. So it's not long before you may have 10 points on this side and 12 points on that side. Now you can match your 9 to 9 that week, and you won't get any more than 9. So now you get 3,000 that week. So that'll roll over, and you'll see that happening every week. But because we match out at 9 to 9, even though you got 10 points here, that maxes at 9, and that 12 maxes at 9, and whatever is above 9 drops off. If it's below 9, it rolls over until you use it up week after week. If it's above 9, it drops off because you max at 9 to 9 and get your $3,000 for that week. I know probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are getting $3,000 on a weekly basis out of this opportunity. So that's very, very exciting. And they've been in it 2 months, 3 months. So this is not getting quick rich overnight, but if you work it and help introduce this opportunity to people, bring them here on a Tuesday night where I can explain it, then you can really build up some potential cash as well as tapping into that cash and getting that back. So if I got 3,000, then that 19,000 is going to go down to 16,000 that I still have the opportunity of tapping into that. But the thing is, as you bring people in and refer them, that is going up again. So it's a great, great cycle to happen. So another thing is this: if you really don't want that money and that's available to you, but you say, man, I really don't need that 1,000 a week or the 2,000 a week. I've got enough money coming in. It's nice to be able to introduce this opportunity to people, and that's great, but I really don't need the money. Well, what the company does for you, if you don't really need the money, then they will give the opportunity of taking that as hash power. So if you were owed $1,000 because you matched 3 to 3, you can say, listen, keep that money, but give me 100 mega hash. So $1,000 is worth 100 mega hash, and that'll go straight into your mine and produce another 8 coins a day. Or if you are owed to 2,000, you say, please keep that, but give me 200 mega hash. So you're getting mega hash because you're introducing people to that organization, but also the points that you're getting, you can turn those back into mega hash as well. And so, boy, if you did that and you didn't need that money, then you could very, very rapidly increase the power of that mine with the mega hash that you're getting. So that's an option as well. There's so many ways that this organization has to help you, to bless you in the hash power or the cash, depending upon what you want. And then the beauty about this is you make the decision of what works for you, what works best for you. So that's the presentation, and we've been very excited to see how this has been happening. And we wanted to share this opportunity as well with you so that you could take advantage of that. So let me get myself off the screen, stop sharing that. And we'll get back up here on the main screen. So once again, it's a tremendous opportunity, and we wanted you to take advantage of that. So here's what I want you to do. If you need to think about it, pray about it, talk to your spouse about it, family members, do that, but don't take too long, because on a daily basis, these mines are making coins. So if you wait 7 days, 10 days, say you waited 10 days, well, there's 80 coins, and they're worth $80 this time next year. That's $6,400 that was worth those 10 days. So think about it, make a decision. Here's what I want you to do. Get back with the person who invited you into this webinar. Talk to them about it. They'll help you get set up. I'm not going to go through the details of how to apply and get your mine. They'll help you with that. or if you're watching this video, get back with the person that shared the video with you. They'll help you get set up and established. I sent some emails out. If you're here as a result of my email, get hold of me. I can help you get yourself established and get set up with this, and also give you some training to get you equipped. If you need to email me, it's Texitcoin, 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 Texitcoin at gmail.com, texitcoin@gmail.com, and I'll be able to, if you want to set up a time there, I can give you a call back and we can discuss this further. So again, thanks very much for coming and attending. I hope this has been a real help to you, and you can get on that website I showed you, texitcoin.org. There's another website, Texitcoin, texitcoin.org or .com. Both of those will get you there, and you can read about it, etc. But if you're interested, don't delay too long, because you're actually losing coins on a daily basis by not being involved in that. So again, thanks for attending, and hopefully we'll see you and catch up with you. We're going to do this next Tuesday night as well. So if you want to come back for a refresher, you're very welcome to do. Just keep that link and come back in at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA, and we'll be able to go through this again. The value of that coin's probably changed by then, so it'd be good to see it again and see how that works. All right, all the best to you, and we're going to make this video available too, so you can follow up with that as well. All right, all the best. Thanks, guys.
Record